Q&A videos, because how else are you supposed to make money on YouTube? Why did you keep your name a secret? I've always been about privacy when it came to my social media accounts and everything else about my life, and I know that there are some people on YouTube who kind of kept their real-life personas sort of under wraps, and I kind of like that idea of people not really knowing who I was. I also wanted to avoid people looking me up and trying to figure out where I lived and who I was friends with and who my family members were. I always knew that my name would be revealed at some point, I just didn't know when or how. I mean, nobody has been stalking me as far as I know, and nobody has stolen my PIN number for my credit card or my social security number, so I think things are okay for now. Do you know how to do some We Bare Bear impressions? I do enjoy the show. I haven't really tried any impressions, but if I decide to do an updated Cartoon Network impressions video, I will be sure to include some of those in there. How long did you and Simon cuddle after your audition? I'd say it was probably a solid 2.5 hours. In my head. Ooh, what are some of your favorite Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network cartoons? SpongeBob, Fairly Odd Parents, Danny Phantom, Hey Arnold, Rocket Power, Wild Thornberrys, Looney Tunes, Scooby-Doo, Steven Universe, Adventure Time. And that's just 10 of them. Can you do John Oliver's voice? Well, I just have to tell you all right now that I cannot do any celebrity impressions. Just because I can do an amateur British accent does not mean that I can sound like John Oliver. I want you all to know that for the record. Yeah, see, that was bad. How hard is it to perfect an impression? It really depends on the kind of voice that you have and also the kind of voice that you are aiming for. It's just a matter of trying the voice over and over again, you know, doing different exercises, positioning different parts of your mouth, and even something like Donald Duck I've been trying for years, but it's still very difficult to form the words. Who's your favorite sibling? Don't worry, I won't tell. I don't have any siblings. Just kidding, I have 3 and I love them all equally. If you could be a cartoon character for a day, who would you be? Sokka from Avatar: The Last Airbender, because he is hilarious and extremely sarcastic, and he's my favorite character from Avatar, and he's skilled with a boomerang and a sword, and he's got a wolf tail, and Jack DeSena is just the best. What's the most difficult thing about living alone? Really, I rather enjoy living alone. I'm a very introverted person. I'm not a very social kind of guy. I get socially exhausted very easily. I don't get lonely when I'm living alone. I guess the most difficult thing is paying for everything. And now that I'm responsible for my own area of living, there's a lot more time that I spend cleaning and washing stuff and making stuff. I'm doing a lot more cooking. I think it's something that I've needed, something that a lot of people might need to experience. If you were given the opportunity to create your own TV show, what would it be about? I've played with this idea before, and I'm not a very creative person when it comes to storytelling, but my basic idea is a story about just an average guy. He's kind of a computer genius, and he stumbles across this government secret, and he's basically being threatened not to expose it and not to dig further into this secret. The story is just about him kind of going behind the government's back and just trying to figure out exactly what they're trying to cover up and why they're trying to cover it up. Some kind of sci-fi thriller, maybe. Tell me about something awkward that happened to you. I walked into the girls' bathroom when I was in kindergarten. I didn't look at the signs, and I also couldn't read, and that was my first time using the school's bathrooms. It was one of the first days of class. Pretty awkward, especially since there were 2 girls in there. If you could voice a character on any cartoon, what cartoon would you choose? You're giving me way too much power on this. I think probably Danny Phantom. I don't think I've ever really had the right voice for Danny, but that was one of my favorite shows from the early 2000s. What is your favorite Disney movie? Lion King. I know it's cliche, but the music and James Earl Jones and Rafiki. I love Rafiki. Asante sana, squash banana, wee wee nugu mimi hapana. Gravity Falls or Steven Universe? No! Why would you do that to me? Steven Universe for the music, Gravity Falls for the humor. And Steven Universe because it's been more than 2 seasons. Sorry, Gravity Falls. Who's your favorite Weasley or favorite Harry Potter character? I really like Sirius Black, but if we're talking just Weasleys, well, technically they're part of the same family tree. So, if I can't say Sirius Black, I'd say Fred and George. I know they're 2 different people, but I consider them the same person. I was gonna make a dead joke, but I'm not gonna do that. What is your favorite food? Chicken parmesan. Just the pasta with breaded chicken on top and cheese on top of that and tomato sauce on top of that. If it's made the right way, then it's just the best. If you weren't doing impressions, do you have any other talents that you think would be AGT worthy? No, I can do that. That's about it. What's your favorite dog breed? Probably a Pyrenees because they resemble a polar bear dog, like from Legend of Korra. You could just fall asleep on a Pyrenees. It would be the best thing ever. It would be like a little child cuddling up to a puppy, but it would be like a full-sized adult and a giant dog. If you had to do an impression of one character for the entire day, who would it be? It would probably be Nappa from Dragon Ball Z Abridged, if any of you are familiar with Team 4-Star. He has a very silly voice like this. If you get the reference, it's a lot funnier, but if you don't get it, then I probably just sound like a really crazy person. If you could travel the world, where would you go and why? Yes, why has nobody asked me this question before? I'd love to travel to Ireland and Scotland because those are two places where a lot of my ancestors and a lot of my background originally came from. I'd also love to check out New Zealand because that's where Hobbiton is, and that's where they filmed Lord of the Rings. And the landscape looks so amazing. I feel like a picture could not do the real thing any justice at all. Favorite part about being on AGT so far? I love all the people that I've met. So many people who have all these great career goals and all of these big aspirations and dreams. The nice thing is they are completely supportive and extremely encouraging. When I talk to these people, it's impossible to shoot too high. Everyone has such amazing dreams, and it's incredible to think that all of these people are here because they are serious about making their dreams a reality. How do you get rid of the fear of public speaking, performing in front of many people? For me, I just kind of embrace the fact that I want to be a silly person in front of people. I just feel a lot looser when I'm silly. So I would translate that into my speech and debate competitions and my public speeches in class. Basically, using the personality that you use when you're around your friends. Only you know how you act in front of your friends. Sometimes you can act really serious in front of your friends, or sometimes you can act really silly. If you act during your performances the way that you act in front of your friends, I think you'll have a significantly easier time performing in front of other people. Are you single? Are you dating anyone? Hang on, let me go to my DMs real quick.
If you want a girlfriend, I can help. I want to have your babies. Marry me. I think I'm in love. Want to hit me up with your number? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Hey, so I saw your performance and I think I'm your soulmate.
To put it simply, I have a girlfriend. To put it the long way, I have a girlfriend. What are you thinking of doing for the next round of America's Got Talent? Spoilers. Not saying anything. End of July. You'll find out end of July. Have you seriously tried to sing in your own voice? Yeah, I mean, I was in choir in middle school and high school, and I was in the church choir in college, and I've done a few talent shows and things like that where I would sing in my own voice. I think my voice was always meant more for choir music, chamber music, that kind of stuff. But you can expect a song mashup for next week's video with me singing in my regular voice. If you don't like it, I'm giving you a warning right now. I want to thank you all so much for watching this Q&A video. Thank you everyone for submitting questions. I apologize if I did not get to your question. I might do Q&A videos more often now that people are asking more questions. So don't fret. Click the like button. Don't click the dislike button unless like your finger slips or something, I don't know. And click that subscribe button. It's down here, right? Is it down? I think it's down here, yeah. And click that subscribe button. I'll see you all next week.